Welcome to Up Close and Personal with Sandra Kelley. My show is here to motivate, encourage, and to help you achieve lifestyle living. At my heaviest, I weighed 450 pounds, and I lost 200 pounds during my journey. During that time, I couldn't wear seat belts. I had severe asthma. I could barely tie my shoes by myself. My knees gave out a lot of times when I walked. And I created my business, T.O.U.C.H 5211, to help those who are trying to achieve a healthier lifestyle. And what I wanted to do is I brought a picture of myself, and this is actually not at my heaviest, but I was 405 pounds on this picture. And even though I'm smiling in the picture, and I talk about this a lot on my blog, I was not happy. I was dealing with a lot of pain, emotionally and physically. I had horrible headaches, backaches, my hips hurt a lot, my knees hurt a lot, all because of the weight. So I really want you, during this time that we talk about motivation, just look at the picture and know that there is and can be a transformation. Now for some, my business helps them with eating better. For some, it's self-esteem. For some, it's building their confidence. And others, it's just losing massive amount of weight. But whatever your issue is, T.O.U.C.H 52 can help you achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. On our last show, we dealt with exercise. And if you haven't had a chance, go back and look Up Close and Personal with Sandra Kelley on YouTube, and you can see the first show that we talked about exercise. And some of the highlights on there is that we talked about New Year's resolutions and how resolutions can actually be dangerous. You need to make sure you understand that it needs to be lifestyle living, because this is something you're going to have to do for the rest of your life. And we talked about how your environment and your mindset has to change for you to succeed. And what you need to remember is to build on your success when you're exercising, no matter how small it is. Get you an exercise partner. When you don't want to exercise, think about how good you're going to feel once you do exercise. Create a lot of different things in your routine, and to visualize yourself at your goal, because if you can't see yourself achieving a goal, it's never ever going to happen. As we talk today about motivations, we want to start out talking about the two most common motivational killers. Number one is having an unrealistic goal. Now, a lot of you, as you start your weight loss process, the first thing you think about is, what is the amount of weight that I want to lose, and what's the number amount that I want to be at once I lose weight. But what you need to do and what you need to think about, and what I tell my clients often, is to think about how you're going to feel. You need to think about when you're starting to lose weight. Say these things to yourself. Do I feel stronger today? Am I sleeping better? Am I eating healthier? Is my posture better? Do I feel good in my skin? Because those things are much more important than you getting to your magical number, which may be 150 pounds. Make sure that things internally feel better versus a number, because a number doesn't mean that you're more healthier. Number two, the second motivational killer is being a perfectionist. Don't think that you're not going to make mistakes during your journey. Make sure you need to concentrate on the long term of whatever your goal is. Focus on doing what no one else has been able to do, and know that even though you haven't seen anybody else around you do it, maybe you're going to be the first one in the family who may lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds, whatever that is. So sometimes it's hard for you to visualize it, but know that you can. Because in my family, nobody has lost 200 pounds. So I was the first one. But when I was at this size, I could never visualize myself any other way in the beginning. But when I started to lose weight and understand that there's a connection in between the two, that's how I was able to see myself losing weight, and the weight started to come off. So some of the tips we're going to talk about today is to build on your success. Have small goals and turn those small goals into larger ones. Make sure you write your goals down. Just like you write down your appointments that you have to do, things you need to achieve in your household, do the same with your exercise. Whatever it is that your goals are, you need to make sure you write those things down. And make sure you create some type of workable dates. For example, if you're exercising once a week and that's all you can do right now, say, okay, I'm going to work out once a week, but I'm only going to do that for 2 weeks. February the 6th, March the 6th, whatever your cutoff date is, say, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to work out 2 times a week. You have to make sure you have workable dates. Make sure you have a certain exercise partner or experience different exercise classes. Stay interested in different type of activities that can help you, like horseback riding or walking. Stone Mountain is a very good thing. It's something that's very different, but you can also incorporate your family. Think about doing some hiking, doing rock climbing. Do some things that are really going to challenge yourself. And do it with a zeal, because if you don't have the motivation within yourself, it's going to be hard for someone else to be able to motivate you. Make sure you reward yourself at certain milestones. When you have a goal, if you reach that goal for the month, whatever that is, make sure you have a goal or some type of reward for yourself. But remember, that reward cannot be food. For those of us that, like I was, and I was really an emotional eater, everything, when I was happy, when I was sad, when I was stressed, I rewarded myself or even punished myself with food. I had to learn that there's different things about myself that I didn't know. So get yourself a hobby. If you love to read, develop your reading. If you're a writer, develop your writer. Give yourself something special to do with that hobby, and don't think that everything that you have to reward yourself has to be with food, because there's so many other things that you can do. Now, if you fall into bad habits, if you make a mistake and you get off the path a little bit, it's okay. It's just a fall. It's just a stumble. Get back up, keep going, motivate yourself, and just keep going forward. Have yourself an exercise journal. This is something that I've done for years. And in that journal, track your progress. If you were on the treadmill on Monday and you ran a mile and it took you an hour and a half, that's wonderful. The next time when you write it down, it should take you maybe an hour and 25 minutes. Make sure you have a journal so you can track your progress, because if you're not writing it down, you're not going to remember, and it's not going to encourage you to continue. So make sure that you do that. And what it's going to do also is make sure that you stay accountable to yourself. You know, you might want to stay accountable to friends and have friends help you, but make sure you stay accountable to yourself. Take pictures of yourself. When I was this heavy, I didn't think about how I was going to be able to help others. But now that I go do workshops and speaking engagements, it's very good for people to see. They need to see a visual of what I looked like before. So it's very good for you to take pictures so you can really see your change. Sometimes you can look in the mirror and you might not see the change, but pictures don't lie. Once you take a picture, you can really see yourself. And some of the things you may want to do is that if you see somebody, you see a shape that you like, in a magazine, in a book, cut out that body, cut out a picture of yourself, of your head, and put your head on that body. Whatever it is, it's going to work for you. Make sure you do that. And make sure that you understand that change will come. It may come slowly, but it definitely will come. And don't give up, because motivation starts and ends with you. So on our next Up Close and Personal, we're going to start discussing conquering depression. Because on this show, Up Close and Personal, I want you to understand there are going to be many different things you're going to have to endure through your weight loss. People just think you go out there, you lose weight, and it's all over. But you go through many different journeys. And on this show, I want to focus and let you know those things that are coming ahead of you, so that when you reach it, it's not going to tear you down or make you stop your exercise routine, because you're going to already know that it's coming. So sometimes when you're losing weight, you can actually go through a bit of depression. And we're going to discuss that on our next Up Close and Personal. So if you have questions or comments for me, you can reach me at info@450poundstofreedom.com, and that's the number 450 and the word pounds. Also, I would love for you to visit my blog and have you make comments, and because it's a support group for those who are losing weight, and especially those who are morbidly and super obese. And you can go to 450poundstofreedom.blogspot.com. And we're going to see you next time for Up Close and Personal, and we thank you so much for joining us.